I'm Nipavar. Welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and today I'm going to teach you people how to sound more American. It's basically, I'm going to give you some tips that is going to help you to sound more American. And you can also ignore the background. I'm in my mom and dad's room and it's kind of messy because my little sister and me were just messing around here. So yep, let's get started. And I'm sorry if I sound a little weird today. I kind of had a bad throat and a running nose, and let me assure you, I don't have corona. It's just that my mom always says that it's bad for me health in this weather to live under an AC, and I always live under one, so it's kind of bad for me health. Now I'm focusing on it. Alright, so let's get started. The tips that I have for you all to sound more like a Native American accent. It's okay if you don't want to. I mean, whatever Asian accent you have, it's perfect, but if you really want to sound more like a Native American, or you want to fool someone that you are an American, because let me assure you, I have done it way too many times and it's quite good. I mean, I've been there up to people and people were like, no, can you do this accent? Can you do American? And if I'm like speaking an American accent, they always go like, are you from America? I'm like, yeah, I am. And after having a great conversation, they always go like, I'm from Haryana. Actually, I'm not from America or somewhere. So it's pretty good if you're gonna make a fool of someone, and it's also good for improving your pronunciation and stuff. So let's get started. Tip number 1 that I have for you all is stress your R's. Okay, now what stress your R's actually mean? It's not that you're gonna stress your R with your Asian accent. It's not like if it's R, then you're gonna say it R. No, that's kind of cringy and kind of weird. So you don't have to stress it in that way. Otherwise, what you gotta do is you have to kind of make your tongue move while pronouncing the letter R. So what you gotta do is you gotta roll your tongue while you're pronouncing R. You know, it's not R, it's R, R. And in my practices somehow that I can't even speak a normal R, it's kind of hard for me. So that is what you people have to do. R, R. You know, like the words rain, drain, crane, or really, radiator, current. So you gotta stress your R's. You don't have to be like, you know, you gotta, like, there is got to be some intonation over there, or there's got to be like a way you have to exaggerate it. Don't exaggerate the sound. Just roll your tongue and stress it a little. Kind of like a syllable. Tip number 2 that I have for you all is T and Y. Okay, so T and Y, what is this rule? So T and Y, it's not something you're gonna drop your T's. It's something that when T and Y kind of words are together, then American people tend to pronounce it as like ch sound. So like, don't you agree? Don't you? It's not don't you. Wow, what an accent. So it's not don't you, it's don't you. Don't you. It's CHEW instead of normal U. So when these kind of words are like together, when T and Y letters are together, so we have that CH sound. So don't you agree? Hey, don't you agree with me on this point? What do you say? Don't you? So whenever T and Y are together, kind of pronounce it like CH sound, you're gonna sound more American. So yeah, the next word is drop some syllables. It's not a word, it's a tip. So drop some syllables. What you gotta do is, there are, you know, in every word there are like several syllables or like vowel sounds, so drop some of them. So words like family, so drop the I syllable and just family. Or like different, so it's not, we always pronounce it as like different. Just drop that E kind of, you know, sound, E kind of syllable. So try and drop these syllables and these little vowel sounds from the words, and there you go. And how you're gonna find out which one you have to actually drop? So after like this half of the word, when there is this word, and after you have pronounced the most half of it, then if there is kind of like a syllable or a vowel after it, after when you have pronounced the half of the word, drop that one and speak the whole word. Like family, it's family, so family, just drop the middle syllable, right? And tip number 4 is drop your B's. So what you have to do, Drop your B's mean whenever B is at the last position of a word, drop those. So it's not something like you're just going to drop it like totally. No, it's going to be there. Like, you know, you have to pronounce it in a way so that people knows that there is a B, but it's not voiced. That's what you have to focus on. So if there is this word like comb, so I just didn't pronounce B, but still there is that stress, there is that sound, like, you know, B is actually there, it's just unvoiced. So that's what you have to do. Now comb doesn't become comb, so that would be really weird. You have to speak the whole word, just B would not be voiced. So whenever B is at the last position of a word, you don't have to pronounce it, but still there would be a feeling that B is there. Okay? Okay, great. So thumb, comb, numb. Good. Okay. Tip number 5 that I have for you all is focus on your T's. Okay, this is one of the most important tips after the R letter. So in American accent, what you have to most focus on are your R's and your T's. So for T, you gotta focus on it. Now, how you have to focus on it? So, semi tip number 1 is watch American shows. So while watching American shows, focus how they pronounce their T's, or if you're listening to me right now, focus how I am pronouncing my T's. I'm not stressing my T's a lot. You know, we people, like especially Indians, we people tend to stress our R's and our T's most of it, whereas Americans don't stress their R's, or not their R's, but their T's not that much. So sometimes T is like really silent, you are not pronouncing it, you don't have to pronounce it, but still there would be a feeling, just like the B letter. So, you know, just how pronounce the word letter. So I'm not pronouncing the T, but still there is a feeling that there is the letter T. Alright? So focus on the T's. Don't pronounce it much, don't stress it much. Just, it's going to be a really soft T. If it's tomato, don't pronounce it like tomato, tomato. It's tomato. And whenever you're trying to do, yes, pro tip people, if you're trying to do a fast American accent, then for a fast American accent, sometimes Americans tend to speak their T's as D, especially after a vowel like tomato, tomato. So after vowels, they really tend to pronounce their T as D's. It's going to help you more to sound like more American. And the last tip is listen to American songs. Yeah, and if you're talking about songs here, Justin Bieber released a song named Holy, pretty nice song. So, you know, listen to American songs, learn them, and try to mimic all of those songs or whatever they're singing. It's going to help you a lot. I mean, that's how I learned American accent when I was like 9 years old. So when I was 9, my dad brought me these songs. I was always like, so what kind of songs do I have to listen to? So my dad's favorite one was this Waiting for Tonight by Jennifer Lopez. He brought me that song. I kind of like, waiting for tonight, yay! So I kind of did that, and it just happened really nice. I mean, the way she was pronouncing her words, and the moment I like started learning the lyrics, so you somehow get the pronunciation. So that's what you have to focus on. So watch, listen more and more English songs. I even listened to like that song that became really famous for being the worst song, that was Friday by Rebecca Black. But it was quite a fun-loving song, to be honest. So listen to more and more American songs and try and sing that after the singer. Gonna help you. So that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And when I gave you that pro tip too, like the D sound, so that D sound is known as the flap T. So whenever you're pronouncing your T as D after a vowel, so that's kind of like a flap T. Alright, so that is a flap T. Otherwise, you don't have to focus much on your T's. It's just a soft T. Thank you so much for watching. I am Janvi Pavar, and if you like this video, then do subscribe, do like, to share with your friends and family, do comment, drop your suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone, stay safe.